What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to your January, 2021, baby, energy report. Before we get to the energy report, I want to remind you guys that this background, if you can guess what the vibration is of this background, you win a level 2 reading with me, okay? Now, you have to do it. This is the honor system. You have to do it by actually looking at it and not going to search the picture and see what the meaning of the picture means from somebody else. Okay, let's play fair. All right, so tune in to the energy that's behind me. See if you can feel what it feels like, and if you can feel the vibration of this background, I'm gonna get you your reading. Okay, so January, we are off to this next year with a bang, but it almost doesn't really feel, energetically speaking, like a new year, because we really have more culminating energy coming in this month that is going to really fill everything out, so to speak. It's all the answers are going to be, all the clarity is going to be had, all the shit's going to pop off. Like the top of the container is going to explode, right? There's been a lot of, misconception, misinformation, Neptune square the nose. Okay, a lot of disinformation, a lot of what the fuck is going on, a lot of like, who are these idiots running the countries? Who are these idiots running the cities, states? What, like, who can we trust, right? Well, this is all about to get clear in the world, I think, by the end of this month. And here's why. As we go into the chart, I'm going to leave this background up so you guys can look at it and study it a little bit, okay? So feel into what I'm saying too, all right? Might give you a little bit of a hint about what this energy really means. And it's a phrase, okay? A phrase or a word of the vibration. Okay, so on January 1st, we kick off January with a double yod, all right? So woo, more yods, more shadow work. Look, this is collective, okay? The first yod is the North Node sextile to the moon, and it's the point of interaction is with Mercury in Capricorn. Okay, so we're still clearing out, like, a lot of this Capricornian energy that we've been dealing with for the last couple of years is now, it's the bubbles burst, it's opened up. Now we're clearing out all the leftovers. Now we're getting all this learn lessons stuff done, stuff's coming out, and finally purging. This is like the final, this month is like the final purge. Okay, this is the big stuff to where finally everything goes to the next level. And of course, we're dealing with many levels here, but individually and how we live our lives in this world, this is going to affect everyone, in a unique way. So the second yod is pointing towards the moon. We have Neptune sextile to Mercury, and Mercury quincunx to the moon. So these are points of learned lessons, right? So our communication, basically with all the energies that we've been experiencing in Capricorn, how to restructure our life, all right? How the world is restructuring, how these new ways of being, like, it's almost like there's been an earthquake, right? In our energetic field, in our physical world. And with this earthquake, we're having to learn how to live in a different or new way. And that's a good thing when you're willing to grow. When you're clinging to the idea of safety or security, or trying to, avoid conflict, okay, that is going to drag you down. So this is where the energy, Aquarian energy, like, stand up for yourself. Step up and take responsibility for your life. Okay, stop letting these people, situations, places, beliefs, thoughts control you. This is the lesson that all this energy is blasting right in your face right now. And if you're avoiding it, if you're trying to stay away from facing it, you're just going to end up hurting yourself. Okay, so allow this energy to transform you. Take this opportunity. A lot of people, beginning of the year, like, yay, New Year's resolutions. Well, especially this year, okay, like this new year, structure a plan. Let's get a process together and see, okay, how can we create a better life? How can we navigate this process? And I'll tell you what, it has to be like, it needs to have some interconnectivity to it. Okay. Aquarius is all about interconnectivity, interdependence, community. And that's what we are moving towards, because as you can see, you know, it's very difficult to trust, you know, a lot of people right now, or a lot of information that's even coming out. Okay. The number one thing you have to trust is your own heart. And when you have a group that comes together that is in their heart that you can trust, you have a tribe, and that tribe is going to be bigger and bigger and more powerful than you could ever imagine. And I see that popping up everywhere around the world for sure. Okay, so we start the month off with a bang, right? Coming in with this double yod, and that's my birthday, by the way. Happy birthday! So happy birthday, all you Capricorns out there, and later on in the month, happy birthday to all you Aquariuses. And let's keep going. So on the 4th, January 4th, we have Mercury conjuncting Pluto. So again, we're still moving through a lot of this, like the remnants of this Capricornian energy, clearing this shit out. Okay. So with Mercury conjunct Pluto on a day, of course, Pluto is depth, right? We're just, you know, Mercury, understanding, seeing, hearing, feeling, all this shit. We get it. Okay. Like, all right, now we know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe, all that happy horse shit, right? That's what's going on. Now, as we move into the month more on the 6th, we have Mars is going to be entering Taurus. Now, Mars is still finishing up his cycle of his squares. Remember, last year, he squared Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, right? So we're still finishing off this trifecta of squares to close off this cycle of energies. We hit the third and final Mars square Pluto in December 23rd, but now Mars still has to square Saturn and Jupiter, but now they're in different signs. So this is our divine masculine, the way that we're bringing ourselves out into the world. We're evolving. We're bringing it forward to the next level. All right, we're moving more into our divine purpose. And divine masculine is not gender specific. This is men and women. Okay, it's everyone. This is the divine masculine within us all. And as we move through that, you know, Mars, when Mars squares Saturn, that's about, okay, like, how do I structure? How do I put all this together? Right? I need to create like something feasible that I can, in this material plane, actually go and make shit happen. Okay, and then when it goes to square to Jupiter, Jupiter makes everything big, right? Like, boom. All right, let's make it happen. I think that the Mars square Jupiter is going to be a good thing. So I'm excited about that one for sure. But we definitely have a lot of energies going on here that are no effing joke. So let's keep moving. All right. So on the 8th, yeah, January, so weird to say 2021 already, man. Wow. January 8th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th is like, there's a lot going on. Okay. Which, and I think, didn't Trump ask all his supporters to come to Washington, D.C. on the 6th? I'm telling you what, man, some shit's got to go down right between then and then the 21st. Like this stuff, like there's things happening, like a lot of change, especially you're going to see coming up. Okay. So, I would also like to remind you that, on the 22nd of January, the nodes will hit their exact square to Neptune. So on the 22nd, which is the day after Inauguration Day, once it squares, then that's the apex of the energy, then it goes away. Things start to open up, finally becoming clearer, finally making solid decisions and make things starting to make sense. Okay, so yeah, looking forward to getting that out the way for sure. Man, wow, so much going on here. Okay, so January 8th, Venus enters Capricorn. All right, so with Venus entering Capricorn again, now the divine feminine is coming into this foundation. All right, and we're coming back into this feeling of learning how to receive in this new place that we're at, right? Understanding, how we structure this new life, really, this new belief system, this new way of being, how we're structuring our emotions. Right? We're learning literally how to interact with people in a whole new way. Because let's face it, right? Once things start to open back up, hopefully at some point, I'm thinking maybe somewhere around February, March, they will. And when they do, though, we're going to see a distinct split. There's going to be some people that are really, really pulled to this one side, this story that they've been given, that they trust and they believe. And then we're going to have the other side of this other story that they believe and that they trust. And these two stories are going to be completely 180 degrees contradicting each other. Okay? And how do we interact with those other people? That's going to be interesting. Because if we've had our mind made up, there's been a lot of propaganda and a lot of brainwashing, a lot of bullshit going on, right? So, and I'm coming from a completely neutral place here, just speaking about the astrology, but even though our belief systems are now sort of set in a certain place, there's still this area, this gray area in the middle, right? There's like the 10% that are trying to control shit over here. There's the 10% that are trying to control shit over here. Then there's 80%. The 80% are swingable this way and that, or they just don't give a fuck, right? But this is where, say, this is fear, this is love, right? We want more people to come over to love than fear. But digging into that is the trick. So this is where the real work starts to happen. It's like Red Rover, a big global game of Red Rover, right? It's like we're like warping into different, timelines. Crazy. So we have our interactions, and when we show that we are true to ourselves and in our authentic, natural heart space, people will feel that. So the way that we help others, because I know there's gonna be a lot of people out there, just waking up and just getting out there like, oh, I need to go tell the people, like, don't believe this, don't believe that, don't believe this, believe this, go do this, don't do that. No, just be you. If you go out there and try to convince somebody of a belief system that they don't already believe, that is not going to do a damn thing. Your energy is what shows the way. Telling them is just an egoic desire to change someone. But when you are changed within yourself, you have a knowing. You know that, hey, this is me. This is where I come from. This is right for me. And if you want to be in my little hive here, then you got to raise your vibration, bro or sis. Okay? And that's what it's all about. Now, of course, we're going to see, I'm sure, a lot of civil unrest with all this crazy stuff going on in the world. And with these aspects, it definitely points to quite a bit. Yet we know, we know a better way. And I think that civil unrest will subside to how we are creating this new world. So as we step into this one step at a time, we follow our passion, we follow our heart, and we allow things to unfold and let this Aquarian energy open us up. We have to be open to the growth. Aquarius is all about, growth. And it's ironic and interesting that Uranus is in Taurus, which is opposite, very grounded, right? It's very, stubborn. So we're cracking open that stubbornness on us all and opening us up this higher vibration. But it's counterintuitive. So, and this is where Saturn is in Aquarius, right? Trying to structure this whole thing. So there's these polar opposites trying to figure out how to come together. And this is all internal. Okay, so realize that you're not the only one that's feeling it, one, okay? Number two, you have to go towards what you resonate with. If you're at a party or if you're around people or if you're doing something and you're feeling like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, then get the fuck out of there. Don't sit around and stay, okay, because you feel bad or you promised or you were obligated or whatever. Now is the time in this deeply evolving Aquarian energy to say yes to you and no to obligation. All right, stop. If it's yes in here, it has to be yes out there. If it's no in here, it has to be no out there. And that's what this is honoring. This is all about. Okay. Honor your heart and stop suppressing yourself. And that's what these energies are teaching us. Okay. So as we go deeper into the month, on the 11th, Mars will exactly square. Let's see. Mars will have its final square with Saturn. So that'll be fun. And, Mars and Uranus right there are just 4 degrees apart. So you could say that they're conjunct or their energies are going to be mixing a little bit. But this is all about, reclaiming the new structure of life, right? Stepping into this new place and allowing and really like manning up, womaning up and stepping into responsibility for what we're going to do. Okay. And then on the next day, on 12th, we have a new moon at 23 degrees Capricorn that is conjunct Pluto. Man, you can't make this shit up. So, and mind you, okay, Saturn and Jupiter still only 2 degrees apart. They're still pretty much conjunct, okay? So the energy is still there. But now, of course, we have Venus in the mix in Capricorn, and we have a new moon at 23 degrees in Capricorn conjunct Pluto. This is birthing a even deeper layer of us to come into this, really taking responsibility. Like, let's make it happen. Let's make shit happen. All right. Pluto is transformation, and you and I both know there's been a lot of transformation going on. This is like solidifying the concreteness of this next layer or level of vibration that we're going to be living at. Okay. Very, very intense. Let's see here. So while all this is still going on, all right, we're going to be having Mars moving through on the, let's see, 13th, 19th, Mars. On the 19th, January 19th, Mars is going to exactly conjunct Uranus. And on that exact day is when the sun moves into Aquarius. How interesting, because Uranus rules Aquarius. So this Aquarian energy is getting a massive jolt of life. Okay? All these Aquarian ideas. What is Aquarian energy? It's rebellion. It's unconventional, unorthodox. It's the misfits. It's the redheaded stepchild, right? It is technology. It is transhumanism. It is also this, there's the shadow side to Aquarius, which is this deep, dark, you know, like control cyborg mechanism shit that they're trying to do. But I choose to look at the higher vibration side of things. Okay, so we have Mars in Uranus, okay, at 6 degrees of Taurus, square over to Jupiter's at 7 degrees, Saturn's at 3 degrees, and the sun is 0 degrees. So all these are kind of intermeshing in, you know, a little bit. So Taurus in Aquarius, we have Taurus, this grounded, stubborn little bull that is just wants structure. And then we have Aquarius that wants a castle in the clouds. And these motherfuckers are trying to blend. Okay? So that's basically what we're doing. What that is doing, it's activating our DNA. It is literally opening us up to this new world, to more of us, of our own being. And this is exactly why there are things out there that are trying to suppress that. Because look, if you have millions of people around the world that are awake and, you know, in a high vibration, then you don't need a governing system, right? Uh-oh. And that is the rebellion aspect of the thing. That is where we're going. Okay, so just think about this. Because look, we all know we're all human beings. I think most of us are, at least. Who knows what else is going to come from, you know, the cosmos? But we all have DNA. So we all have DNA. We're all capable and able and to be in the same place. So the whole idea of like, you know, classes or like people having more money than others or all these things, this whole concept is going to start to crumble. It's going to change. It's going to become decentralized. Now, me personally, I don't know how that's going to look, and it's probably going to take quite some time, but the way that we used to live is gone forever. There is no more of that world. It is done. We're coming into a much more cerebral, a much more connected, if you choose to be connected or to connect yourself, way of life. Okay? Now, on January 21st, listen to this. Okay, we have Mars, Uranus, Black Moon Lilith, and the moon square to the sun, Saturn, and Jupiter. You might as well just call that right there like the big event, which happens to be on Inauguration Day. So this is by no accident, okay? I really like this is legit, guys. This is the day that's really going to pop things off. And I think the next day is when Neptune, let me see here. Yes, on January 22nd is when Neptune is exactly square to the nodes. So that's when that energy peaks. Okay? So with all these energies going on, shit's about, if you think you know what's going to happen, it's going to be the opposite. Shit is going to be so unexpected. It's going to go left, right, up, down, every which way, except the way that you thought it was going to go. And this direction is going to be for the highest and best good of everyone. This is like breaking shit down to the core. You're done. Goodbye. That's how it rolls. Probably going to see a lot of we're already seeing volcanoes and earthquakes and, all kinds of natural disasters all over the world. That around this time, I think volcanoes and earthquakes are going to be big time, like crazy. Yeah. Okay. So January 21st is like the day of days, if you will. It's literally like right up there with the solstice here in December 21st. So 22nd, the nodes hit the exact square. On the 23rd, we have the sun exactly conjunct Saturn. So, you know, I mean, that's whatever. Because we're already, I mean, with all this other stuff going on, this is like, okay, discipline. It's like, soldier up, discipline up, let's go. We got to move. Moving forward, this is like, in our own life, okay, it's time to stand up. It's time to take a stand. It's time to do what we came here to do and what we have not been doing. And that's not okay. So it's time to go. Let's go. This is like a deployment. Okay. And of course, let's see, 24th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, the 28th, we have Venus conjunct Pluto and the sun conjunct Jupiter. So Venus conjunct Pluto in Capricorn and Jupiter conjunct the sun. Jupiter conjunct the sun is one of the best aspects you can have in astrology. That right there defines the Aquarian age. Okay, that's going to be, it's at 9 degrees, endings, new beginnings. Venus and Pluto, that's deep, deep, deep love. Understanding your own love, or meeting someone that hits you way deep in that part of your soul that like just completely changed your life. Like, you know, the goddess of love with, you know, the Pluto, the transformation agent. Like, boom. That's like Kundalini activation right there. So this could go many ways, but one thing that is boring. This is most definitely not boring at all. So really good thing though, you know, now that Neptune is directing moving forward or higher in degrees, and the nodes are still going counterclockwise. Now they're at 18 degrees, Neptune is 19 degrees. So once they pass, they pass. No retrogrades, no nothing. We don't have to worry about this anymore. So it's like, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Like my singing voice. And to end the month off with a bang, we come into a yod once again, okay? We have Venus at 29 degrees Capricorn. We have the nodes at 18 degrees, and we have the moon in Virgo, which is quincunx to Black Moon Lilith, which is sextile to Mercury. Mercury is quincunx to the moon. So this last day, this is about purification of emotions. This is seeing your own bad habits again. Like if you've been fighting an addiction or fighting like something that is pulling your life out of balance, okay, this is like the last call. Like get off this fucking train now or be stuck forever, okay? That's what that energy is. That's at 27 degrees of Aries. It's like, it's gonna happen now. Let's go. So you know what you have to do. You know what you feel called to do. So what action are you going to take? All right, ask yourself that. Step into it like this is, you know, decisions that you're making for the rest of your life, because in essence, it really is. That's the truth of the matter, okay? So that's what I got for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for liking, for sharing, and for subscribing. I appreciate you guys so very much. If you'd like a reading from me or to check out my opportunity community, you want to level up, come check us out. Come on over, spiritualbodybuilder.com. My YouTube, Spiritual Bodybuilder, and my Instagram is @spiritual_bodybuilder. All right. So I love you all very much. Have a beautiful January, and I'll be seeing y'all in the mix. Okay. Mwah. Aho.